Good morning, Colleen. How you doing
Hey,
today?
Joe. How am I? I'm good.
Okay,
I
you
feel like I
sure?
always say the same thing. And so I'm
Yeah.
just trying to branch out a little bit and say something else.
Uh,
I am doing well. How are you?
I'm okay today. I'm having one of
Okay.
those. I have a lot to do. I don't want to do it. I don't want to get started. It's already the afternoon, and just like, not really feeling it today. So I'm excited for a podcast to hopefully give me a little burst of energy for the rest of the day.
Yeah. Um what are you not doing that you should be doing? Like, is it like
What am I not?
client work or is it your own work? Is it your own marketing?
It's marketing. Yeah, it's all marketing.
The
It's all
marketing.
marketing. Like Ruby Native is in a really good spot right now, dev wise. I'm not going to start Android this week. I didn't launch officially, and I also just spent so long trying to do a demo launch video that I ended up giving up and starting over multiple times, and I'm in that circle right now.
Eek. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, which one do you want to start with?
Let's start with video because it
Okay.
sucks.
Video is really hard.
Video
It
is so
does
hard.
it does suck.
I
Okay,
was
so
under the
you're
impression that I could use that tool called Remotion. Are you
yes,
familiar with
everyone's
it?
talking about that. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's talking about it. Claude
Mhm.
recommended it to me, my good friend Claude, and Claude spit out something that is just really bad. Just really bad.
Oh,
And I spent
okay.
many times going back and forth, and it just isn't getting better at the amount of effort I'm putting into it. And I think that I'm obviously spoiled with how quickly I can tell Claude to change something with code, and it just works because I know what to tell it.
Yeah.
And with video, I just don't know. And I'm like, oh, this feels off, or like this screenshot, and it just takes so long. And what comes out of it is completely mediocre. And it's totally a skill issue.
Yeah. Okay.
It's totally a
So
skill issue.
that is this for your this is your launch video?
Yeah, I wanted to do like a 20-second, this is Ruby Native launching today. Here's how powerful it is. Kind of like show your Rails app, write some YAML, add the gem, boom, it's in the App Store. Like that was the story that I wanted to share.
Okay.
And it's just tough. It's just tough because, like, I don't know how much I should be recording, how much I should be in the bottom, talking head or voiceover. Remotion made it nice because I could edit the code and, like, oh, this API changed. Let me just, like, update the YAML file in code instead of re recording the whole video. But yeah, it doesn't seem to be any easier than just hitting record.
Are we also going to put this on your website? Which I think we should. So actually you
The,
should also put this on your website. Was that your plan? Let me just
so
tell you what to do.
yeah,
That's what I'm
please.
here for.
Um, so I was hoping for like a 20 to 30-second video that was posted to Twitter,
Yeah.
posted to LinkedIn,
Mhm.
and then I was going to write a newsletter and like officially announcing Ruby Native, which the video would be at the top of, and then
Okay.
have like a maslati.com/Ruby Native, which would be the video and more of a evergreen, like this is what it is, go try it type post, which would just be the launch reworded.
Okay. So I have some thoughts about video.
Yes.
Because video is so hard. And if you
Mm-hmm.
go watch like a video I've done versus a
Uh-huh.
video someone who knows what they're doing has done, the difference is night and day. So it
Yeah.
is my opinion that you have two choices. One, you're committing to be a video content creator and you're going to learn all this stuff and it's going to take you a lot of time, but it's an investment you're willing to make. Or for this particular video, you spend a couple $100 and you hire someone who knows what they're doing and you save yourself hours, like so many hours to get it right.
Yeah, that's true.
That's just, I mean, if you think of like, so, I used to work with Aaron Francis, who is now a
Mm-hmm.
content creator. And if you go watch one of his launch
I know.
videos,
They're amazing.
right?
Yeah.
You want that level of quality um, for this launch video. You don't want to look like, hi, I don't know. I feel like this is like, you want a high level of quality. You don't want to just be like the guy who turned on his iPhone. That has its place. I
Yeah.
don't feel like that has its place for this on your website, on your like your professional socials, on that. That's my opinion on your video.
I totally agree. And you look at Aaron's videos, and they still take him many, many hours with
Yeah.
his level of skill and expertise behind it. And it's like, I'm trying to do what he does in a fraction of the time with a fraction of the knowledge and the skills, and it's like it's not going to come out good. Um, so yeah, I think that hiring someone, as much as I don't want to admit it, is my best bet. I
Yeah.
just I just have this big mental block with like spending money on a business for some reason. I don't know what
Bro,
it is. I
that
know.
doesn't even make sense. You're literally a consultant.
I know. It doesn't make any sense. Like it's
You gotta
against what I
make money.
do.
Wait, what is it? You gotta spend money to make money, Joe.
You have to make money to spend money also, if you think about it.
Also
But
true.
that's um
Details.
yeah, right. I think that because okay, little insider knowledge here. My business bank account is very much just like money comes into it and then we take money out when we need money because that's
Okay.
how it works. And if I want to buy a subscription to something, yes, it comes out of the business account, but what it really means is that there's just less money in my pocket at the end of the day. And
Yes.
there's I what I need from my mental state is like, okay, every month you have this much money to spend on the business. And it's like, it will
Yeah.
never go to your account. It will always stay in the business. And there's probably even tax reasons for that and stuff. But it's just like, if I spend $500, all I can think about is that I have 500 or $475 less in my pocket at the end of the month. And for a business,
Interesting.
especially this year, where it's like extremely hard for me to get new clients and get new money,
Yeah.
it just feels so hard to do any sort of business investment that is bound by dollars.
Okay.
You know what I
Oh,
mean?
that's interesting. I don't. I know. I don't. I mean,
Okay.
the logic is there, but I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
have that same mental model around money because my
Mhm.
mental model is you spend $500, woohoo, you get to write that off on your business profit. And so you pay less taxes and you're doing something like I'm a big believer in our as independent consultants or SaaS founders or what all the 500 things we do. Our
Mhm.
biggest constraint is our time.
Yeah.
So to me, I buy things all the time. Like I spend money all the time. I buy SaaSes to do this and that and whatever. Um, because I think I'm doing anything I can to get higher leverage on my time. Because my time is my most precious resource. And I think that's true for you too. $500 on a video editor, you're not even gonna notice.
Yeah. I'm not you're right, like, I'm not gonna notice at the end of the day.
That's
I'm gonna
yeah,
notice when I write the check, and,
when you
like, who
write
knows,
the
maybe $500 is totally a low ball for
yeah,
a
I don't
video editor.
actually know
I actually
even how
don't know, it
much
might
that
be
costs.
$5,000 for what I'm looking for,
Yeah, it might
but
be a no.
it's even, like, 500 versus 5,000 is actually no difference to me. It's more
Because it's
than
your
0.
money. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
your money. They're taking
which
your
is
money.
exactly, that's what it feels
Yeah.
like. It doesn't feel like I'm investing, it feels like someone is taking my money, which is so ridiculous because that's all I do for a living, is help people by taking their money to make their business
I
better,
know, that's why
like,
it's funny.
that's what it's so ironic.
Like, that's why
Um, yeah, so I gotta maybe have a mental shift on that or spend the next 3.5 weeks learning how to do good videos for very little
I
outcome.
mean, your call, but, like, think of your effective hourly rate that you get
Yeah.
with your clients right now and
Mhm.
be like, "Oh, could I go" you could sell coaching for $500 in, like, a
Yeah,
second. And
yeah.
then, like, you could I like to think of it like that sometimes too, because I have, like, my coaching clients are kind of like extra income. So I'm like, "Oh,
Mhm.
I made this much money coaching." So it's like fake money anyway, because I wasn't gonna do it anyway.
Right,
So
right.
you could just spin up another offer, sell a coaching session for $500, and then you're even with the house.
That's true. I do a, $400 90-minute pairing session, so maybe I just, like, sell one more of those, and that's becomes my budget
Yeah, and it feels
for
like free
this
money.
for your money. Yeah, I like the way you think, even if it doesn't make
You're
sense in my
welcome.
head.
Okay.
Um,
I mean, obviously it's your choice, and I mean there
yeah,
is value in learning how to do better videos. Like I would love to learn how to do better videos, but man, the time. Like it was
yeah.
interesting because when I was like doing a couple videos on YouTube,
Mhm,
they took me a ton of time, and they're not good. Right? So the amount that doesn't mean they couldn't get good, but the amount I had an inflection point where I was like, this is probably a valuable skill that I should have someday. But the amount of time to get like the quality of some of the top creators in our space,
mhm.
whew, that's a lot of time.
Yeah, that's why I've always le forced myself to only do either live video,
Hmm.
where mistakes are expected, and or single take, like, no transition type videos.
Yes.
And those have their own difficulty, like, redoing everything, but the editing ends up becoming very little. And there's a level of polish that's expected with a single take video. It's very low. Uh,
Right.
but yeah, I was trying YouTube for a little while, maybe like a year ago, and I don't know, like editing video to me is it's like doesn't work with my brain that I can't like see everything. I don't know.
I think it's a skill set. I think it's a
Yeah.
skill issue. I don't think, I mean, I believe that if you wanted to learn how to do it, because I feel like every time I did it, I got a little bit better. I was like, oh, you can
Uh,
add voiceovers and B roll. And
uh-huh.
oh, my 12-year-old told me, what do you say? 3 seconds. You should only ever have 3 seconds. That's like the magic. We were watching YouTube videos and like that's the magic amount of time between transitions. So like,
Yeah.
oh, that actually does feel right. Because when I was doing like my Telegram screenshots, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, it's your time, it's your call, but I feel
Totally
like
right.
I feel like the takeaway is this should be a cool video. This should be a good video. This shouldn't just be like, "Hello everyone." Here,
Yeah.
like a
Yep.
mediocre video. So,
I agree. Yeah. And then I'm like, oh, well, do I spend all this money when it's only iOS? Or do I wait
yes,
until
you
Android
do.
comes out?
It's only okay, I don't know, find out how
I
much it
know.
costs. But like uh,
Whatever it
think
is.
like okay, Joe. Okay. You need to find out how much it costs. Let's start there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the first step.
Start
So if
there.
anyone's listening and is a video editor or knows a video editor, please get in touch because I would love to talk
Um,
to you.
I feel like that's step 1 is finding out how much it really costs, and then we can
Yeah.
decide, but the answer is gonna be yes, you do spend the money.
Yeah, you're right. I know.
It's just so I know how much you charge, that's why I'm laughing at you. It's not
I
like you're
know.
like
I know. Okay, so
Okay,
here's some context.
okay.
I don't like spending money so much that I spent most of my free time this weekend, like when kids were
Mhm.
napping or after they went to bed,
Mhm.
migrating every single one of my
Oh my gosh.
projects to Hatchbox.
I I I I don't I have no words. Okay, I have no words for this. I can't
So
even with you right now, Joe.
I know. I'm doing like you know what I'm doing? You know what's happening?
What's
I'm
happening?
not making as much money. I'm behind in my income, so I'm
Yeah,
panicking and
you're panicking.
I'm trying to pinch pennies here. And what I'm saving is I think $1,500, $2,000 a year on this,
Oh my
which
gosh.
is not a lot of money by
It's
any
not a lot of
means.
money.
And the
Mm-mm.
first time that Hatchbox server, that's a Hetzner box under the hood, goes down and I have to do any sort of DevOps, I'm going to be kicking myself. So I'm just going to
Mhm.
pray that it never goes down. But it's pretty cool because now I have 7 or 8 like quote businesses running on a single box in Hatchbox.
Okay, I do
And
wanna talk about this a little bit since I think
yeah,
anyone who listening is normally technical adjacent.
yeah.
So you literally did this to save money.
Yes.
You were on what PaaS before? Heroku? Render?
Um a little bit of everything. So I was
Okay.
on um I had 2 apps on Heroku, 3 apps on Render, 1 app on Fly, and or no, I had 4 apps on Render, 2 apps on Heroku, 1 on Fly. So 4, 5, 6, yeah, it's 7 apps total.
Okay. And tell me about Hatchbox. You have them all on the same what, DigitalOcean, Hetzner box?
I have a Hetzner box that's
Okay.
like 8 gigs of RAM for $25 a month or something, all on one server, and then a Hatchbox account, which is $10 a month. So it's
Yeah.
35 and change, and it's all running. They all have their own SQLite databases.
Okay.
So the code changes that were required were like migrating things from Postgres to SQLite.
Bro, you left Postgres for SQLite?
I don't do any Postgres stuff.
Okay.
All my apps are CRUD. They're all just like CRUD that
Yeah.
kicks off background jobs. And like even
Okay.
Ruby Native, the core of Ruby Native lives in a GitHub action.
Okay.
It's like the website itself is just some webhooks and CRUD. So I didn't really care about Postgres. But well, the one thing I did add to it was every night at like 11 p.m. it does an S3 backup of the SQLite databases to
Okay.
their own little bucket or whatever. So I
Yeah.
do have some redundancy there. If the server goes down, I don't have anything custom on it. Like Hatchbox spun up the server and just like did it for me, so I don't have to worry about like reinstalling anything. I'm sure that will change in like 24 hours when I add something else. But it feels okay for now, and I can still scale up the Hetzner server if I ever need to the $50 plan or whatever if I need more CPU. But I'm at like 20% CPU, static,
Okay.
and like 50% of the RAM is being used for all the apps running idle. Everything
Okay.
is solid queue, so there's no Redis, there's no Postgres, there's no external services at all. It's all active record or active storage on a S3 bucket as well.
Yep.
So it feels pretty contained. And the only real external dependencies are this like GitHub Action thing that just fires off through a webhook and the GitHub API. So
Okay.
yeah,
Well, keep me posted.
I know. Okay, so here's why I really did it. Save
Okay.
some money, yes, but with Ruby Native, I have now spun up 3 separate like demo apps.
Yes.
And the demo apps are showing how would Ruby Native work with Hotwire front end? How would it work with React front end or a Vue front end or Inertia? And for each one of those, I was running on render was like another $35 a month. And for a
Yes.
demo app that
That's a
literally I'm
lot.
wiping the database and restoring it every night,
Yes.
it didn't make sense. So that's why I
Yes.
tried Fly. And Fly was actually totally free. I didn't know this, but if your bill is under $5 a month, Fly is free. They just wipe
Cool.
your bill. So pretty
Okay.
cool. You can run a Rails app on Fly for free right now. And Fly is so bad. Fly is so bad. I'm sorry, but Fly is so bad. Like
I don't like it either.
I tried multiple times. This is my second like run through a Fly. Still can't figure out their dashboard. Still can't figure out where to get logs of something if it fails. And almost
Dude.
every other deploy failed.
Oh, wow.
I was
Jeez.
just
I
like,
haven't had that bad of an experience.
I was so bad that I was like, you know what? F Fly. I'm going off Fly. Render's too expensive, even though I like their UI. And Heroku's end of
Who
life. I'm
knows?
not going to start to
Heroku's
spin up
dying.
something new on Heroku. That's silly.
Yeah.
So yeah, Hatchbox with the Hetzner server, and I can throw I think 6 more apps at it at this size before I have to worry about upgrading.
It's pretty legit. That's pretty
And then
legit.
I got sidetracked and was like, I'll just migrate everything else, like Ruby Native and Purchase Kit and my website. So everything's on there now,
Oh
even
my
though they probably
gosh.
shouldn't be. So I got a little trigger
Um,
happy.
okay, cool. Well, keep me posted. Um, yeah, I think I love Heroku, but you know what's
Mm-hmm.
funny though? I haven't deployed a Rails app in a long time. Like
Not a Rails
everything
girl
I have
anymore.
is on Vercel now. Like
Yeah.
all of my deployed things are on Vercel, which is crazy. But anyway, yeah, keep me posted because I'm a Heroku whatever stake your stick in the
Yeah.
mud. Like I never want to
Mm-hmm.
leave Heroku, but when they
Yeah, it's
publicly
your hill.
announced they were in maintenance mode, it was like, bro,
I know.
like what are we gonna do? We're gonna have to leave Heroku. I
Yeah,
don't like Fly either. I tried Render, but it was like Heroku, but not as good.
totally.
Um, so like,
Yeah.
why can no one solve this, Joe?
So
Why is
okay,
this so hard?
I mean, I'm not gonna pretend like I know why it's hard, but I can guess.
Yeah.
And if we remember, we've talked about building our own pass before,
Oh, I know.
right?
That's why I keep bringing it up every
Many
quarter. I'm going to
many a
bring it up
time.
until you say yes.
If we did it,
Okay, tell me.
we would just be building Hatchbox. Because the difficult part of all of this is actually managing the physical servers.
Yeah.
And what Hatchbox does is it doesn't do that for you.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
it outsources that to Hetzner or DigitalOcean or
Yeah.
AWS or whatever. And yes, it runs all the scripts, it manages all the CRUD around it, all the fancy UI and REST backups and everything. But if we were to build a pass, like I don't see how you and I would get past what Hatchbox does without funding.
Yeah. I think
Because
that's
sitting on
a true
top of
story.
AWS or an
Yeah.
S3 or whatever, no, not S3, whatever their compute thing is not viable in terms of like you need to buy a ton of servers to make it cost effective.
Yeah.
So we would just be building Hatchbox and like I'm not going to pretend I could build a better Hatchbox. It's fine. It's good
Yeah.
enough. If it had an MCP, that'd be great because I could just have Claude do some stuff. But that's about all we could like I'm sure that's coming. And
Yeah.
until we had funding, like we couldn't build a better pass. So Hatchbox, I think, is the best thing, but it takes away the like managed server part of it
Yeah.
in a way that is still a little scary.
Yeah. I just think the funny part is like so many people have tried and
Uh-huh.
Railway, Render,
Uh-huh.
that guy I met a guy at a conference once. flight control, I think he calls
Hmm.
it. All these companies have tried and they've all started their positioning as like, we're Heroku, but we don't suck. And they're not. Anyway, I love you,
Yeah,
Heroku. I'm gonna miss you.
I know. Like it's wild how good Heroku still is.
Still is.
Like their
I
UI is
know.
still what I
I know.
expect. Like they
Yes,
haven't
it's
added a new
still so
tab in I
good.
don't know how long, but
Yeah.
all of wherever I expect like the metrics to be or the settings or whatever, it's all right there. And Hatchbox is close. It is more intuitive, but Fly is all there on the other end and is just I hate to
Yeah.
complain, but Fly is really tough to use.
Yeah.
So
So you
I hate to keep
migrated.
killing our dream. I hate to keep killing our dream, but we're not
I
building
keep
past this
killing
year.
our dream.
I know.
Not today.
Yeah.
um, okay, so you migrated and you're gonna keep me updated on how you feel about that life choice. Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. If
Excellent.
I call you at like, 1 in the morning and I'm like, why did I make this decision? Because my servers are down and someone's trying to run a build. Yeah, you can say I told you so. But until
Okay,
then,
thanks. Until
I will
then.
save my $50 a month.
All right, cool. What
Yeah.
was the
So,
I feel like there was one more thing we were gonna solve for you since we're solving problems
um,
today.
yeah, love solved problems. I think that was the two things. It was Hatchbox and it was the video. Those are two things I wanted to talk about.
Okay,
What about you? What's going
cool.
on in Colleen world?
So you may remember last week I said I hadn't had any cold inbound yet. Well, the cool news, the fun update is I now have had cold-ish inbound, which is good. So yeah, no, let's start with that. That's good.
But
There's a huge but here, and then
yeah.
here's the thing about this whole AI solutions
Hmm.
space. If you come to me and you're like, I have this really refined SOP, standard operating procedure, and I need that to be turned into software, that's so easy, right? Like that's
Hmm.
not a problem at all.
Yeah.
When you come to me with vague, I feel like AI could be useful in my business, it's like a lot. Two things are happening. One, I get a couple of these like, I feel like I should use AI. Like, how should I use that? Well, that's tough if I don't know your industry, right? And two, the magic, people seem to think AI is like a magic lead gen thing.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, I had this call and I'm talking to someone and um everyone wants more leads, right? Like if I try to
Yeah.
sell to you like, "Oh, if I can bring you in X number of new leads," like of course.
Right.
Um, but like I was talking to someone and this in their industry, he's in a the real estate and not an agent, but like in the real estate industry. And I'm thinking like, yeah, of course we all want more leads, but it's not like there's a magic like there's a lot we can do in the space to try and encourage that to get like more cold outbound, but I can't guarantee you more leads. So it's like this weird space is basically what I'm trying to say is good news is I am now getting cold inbound-ish.
Hmm.
Bad news is I sometimes don't know what to do for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, especially if they have tight budgets, right? So I'm new to this space, so I'm not pulling well, maybe, some people have big budgets, but like some people don't. And I'm early enough. I want to get as many case studies as possible. So I'm willing to take, 5K contracts, which, eventually I won't be, but right now, yeah, I'll do a 5K contract.
Hmm.
Um, but that's a really low budget. So that doesn't give me the time really to come in and interview like what I'm doing, for bigger clients is like I can interview all your stakeholders and we can build these processes together. But if you have a low budget, like I don't know. So that's kind of like the tension where I'm like, maybe I should just do it the right way and just not make as much money to get the case studies. But one of the things I have learned about consulting is I don't know if this is I'm not saying this is a woman problem, but like I tend to underbid. Because I have another girlfriend who does this all the time. She's like, I take these contracts at a low value and then I'm pissed. So what
Yeah.
happens when you underbid a contract is
Yeah.
you get
Yeah.
really annoyed when they want all this stuff and they're paying you a low rate. So I don't know. That's kind of like I'm about to bid this guy and I'm like the tension I'm feeling about this
Yeah.
space and being new to this space, but the space is new. Everyone's new to the space. So
Right.
I don't know.
Okay. Lots of thoughts on that.
Okay.
One about the pricing.
Hmm.
One about AI. being a silver bullet,
Mhm.
and one about just like where you are in the industry right now. The
Yeah.
last two are the same thing, actually.
Okay.
I feel like what you're seeing is people hearing that AI is amazing and they don't want to feel left behind.
Correct. Agree. I think that is
And they're
true.
like, yeah, and they're like, we need AI. And
Yes.
someone told them they need AI, like higher up, so they're hiring you because you can do AI. Or they're like, we need AI or else we're going to fall behind because our competitors are using it. And they hire you and they're like, figure out AI for us. And the easiest thing that's tangible to them is this, just more leads.
Right.
And I am curious how long it will take before people look at AI like they look at Google AdWords, where they know that it's a process because it's been around. Like they know they need to invest money in both the ads themselves and the creatives, and then it will take 6 months or whatever until they get their leads from that. And it's not sexy anymore, but it works. And
Yeah.
right now, AI is like the big unknown and sexy. So people are just like, use AI to make my business better. And you are in charge of figuring that out for better or worse.
Yeah, and if you wanna pay me, 50K to figure that out, sure, but when you wanna pay me
Right.
5K to figure that out, it's like,
Right.
we
Yeah.
gotta scope this, like, really tightly. That's exactly the problem,
Exactly.
is, like, the budget and the desires, and I think you're right, a lot of it is just I feel like there should be some they're like, "There's probably something here," and I'm like, "There absolutely
Hmm.
is something here,"
Yeah, but it's gonna take me a
but
long time to find it.
right, it's gonna take me time to find it, it's probably gonna be a custom solution, like, this is
Hmm.
not snap your fingers and things are just gonna magically fall from the sky.
So yeah, exactly. What and that's okay. So the other part of what I want to say is something that has worked for me well in the past is when I have client or potential clients, I have leads that I'm like pitching, and
Mhm,
I can't get any finger on where their budget is. As many
okay.
times as I ask them, or I'm like, "Hey, is it a 5K budget, a 50K budget, a $500,000 budget?" They're like, somewhere in the middle." And you're like, "What does that mean?"
What does that mean?
And you don't know what their budget is because they don't know what their budget is until you tell them a number and they're like, "That's too high." But what I love to do is send a proposal at 3 tiers.
That's a good idea. That's exactly what I should
And
do.
that first tier is 5K, and it's like, "Look, I will come in, we'll do a 2-week sprint, and we'll figure out as much as we possibly can in 2 weeks, but it is scoped tight, and then you're left to figure out what you wanna do with that information."
Yeah.
And then at 20K, it's, "I'll come in and I'll do all this, I'll interview your stakeholders, I'll set up a plan, I'll get everything up and running, and then it's off to you." And then at 50K, it's like, I will do
Yeah.
all of that and I will maintain your OpenClaw instance and I will follow up with everyone and I'll do a reassessment in 6 weeks, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But essentially saying, I don't know what your budget is. Here's how I can help for these numbers. Which one makes the most sense for you? And then
Okay,
because
that's a
they
great
can
idea.
see the three and they
Yeah.
choose the 5K and they ask for something that's out of scope, you're like, hey, look, that's actually part of the 25K. You know,
Yeah.
and we can do that if you want. We can bump up, but like that's out of scope for this engagement. And you have a really
Yeah.
good, not even a line in the sand, but like you have a barrier to saying this is out of scope. It is explicitly out of scope because it is in this other tier instead of being like, oh, well, it's kind of what they want. It's kind of what I said they could do. And you're stuck doing 20 hours of work a week for, you know, a very low rate or whatever.
Yeah, and that's great. That's a great idea. I did not think about that until you told me. So that's a great idea. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Thank you.
Yeah. The best thing for me was always like, what's your budget? And if someone gives me an answer, I can just be like, "Cool, here's what we can do for your budget." And
Yeah.
it's just that, especially with AI right now, folks' budgets, they don't know their budget. They
That's
just
what I'm
don't know what it is until they
right.
see numbers on the table.
That's what I'm hearing is, like, they don't know their budget, and
Mhm.
because the other thing that's tricky is no one really it's hard to quantify in some of these cases how much
Yeah.
money and time they will save, right? Because if it's lead
Mhm.
gen, like, how
Yeah.
many additional leads are they gonna get? I can't guarantee. I can say we can send this many emails, but, I can't guarantee an increase in their revenue, right?
Totally. Totally. Yeah.
Um, so anyway, that's my thing. So anyway, it's good. Oh man, and I had the most, I don't know. So I've been exploring different industries. So actually 3 of my discovery calls this week were in non-technical industries,
Ooh,
which
exciting.
was exciting, but also like breaking into an industry Wow. So here's the actually, if do we have time? We have a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's this one, and I know this guy really, really well, but he's unfortunately not here in San Diego. But like
Mm-hmm.
the insurance broker industry, my
Mm,
dude, there is so much opportunity.
yeah.
But the problem with breaking into any kind of industry like that is um, like there were so many things where I was like, oh my gosh, like I could fix this for you. But I can't sell to him because he works for a huge company, right? Like my other friend who's a mortgage broker works for a huge company. So like
Yeah.
huge company is unlikely um with no like context on who I am. It maybe like the insurance guy has enough pull that he can get me in, but selling into an enterprise as an independent consultant, telling them I'm going to come in and fix one of their biggest processes is probably unlikely at this stage in my career.
Yeah. Yeah. You need a couple white papers and some
Yeah, and they work
logos
with
on your website
these.
for that.
Yes, and they work with these really, really big, like, Salesforce-like companies, like,
Mm-hmm.
their CRMs are, like, these archaic, ancient, platforms,
Yeah.
so you'd have to integrate with their platform, right? Like, so there's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of
Mm-hmm.
things, like, they'd have to be able to pay you basically, they'd have to hire you for 6 months as a full-time employee because it would be so much work to figure out how to do it,
Mm-hmm.
but, like, I don't know, it was really cool, though, like, having the conversations because it was really interesting to see how the non-technical industries are slowly integrating AI, but there's, like, so much opportunity there.
Yeah. You just said unless you join somewhere full time for 6 months. And I wonder if that is something that you could pitch. Like,
Actually, that's yeah. Like, hire me as
like,
a developer.
like I will come in. You pay me my salary or whatever. I'm in there for 6 months. I do a couple months of exploration. I do a couple months of building, and then a couple months of assessment. I guess switch those
Yeah,
last two.
I
And,
know what you mean.
you leave with the system that is in place and it is like, I felt the pain. I interviewed your developers. Whatever, whatever. And it's way less, and you'd be W-2 for them, which is usually better in terms of how people hire instead of 1099 for big, big companies. Like it's just easier to do a W-2 than a 1099 in a lot of cases. Could be interesting. Could be
I mean, it'd
interesting.
be interesting to learn one of the I would do that, like, that is an interesting idea, that would be an interesting way to learn about one of these industries, like, to go deep on one of
Yeah.
these industries.
Yeah.
Um I don't know. Can you see me? Colleen, the insurance broker, the developer for insurance brokers.
Maybe. I mean,
Maybe. I know,
you want
maybe,
it.
right?
You want an industry that isn't touched yet by, spoiled with AI yet. Find
I
something that
know.
is archaic systems and wrap it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it is kind of an interesting idea because, um, yeah, no, this is an interesting idea. I should
Yeah.
actually see if they'd be if they'd be open to it.
Yeah. I'd be curious. And I think worst case, you'd just be learning so much about industry, not that's about enterprise, like how enterprise
Yeah, how
does
they
things and
work.
how you could improve that. And like, okay, well, even though it's really easy to like, I could just build a new system, there's actually a lot of red tape around it and procurement. And turns out it's actually easier to build something in-house than it is to buy or vice versa. And like those type of things could help your positioning as well.
Yeah. Even if I think one of the things I have to be aware of here is like, and I probably say this every week, like I just need to be patient. Like
Yeah.
learning, like getting these case studies and like learning to your point, like how do enterprise work? How does this industry work? Like it's gonna take time. Um, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's a tough season to be patient right now. I agree with that.
Yeah. Truth. Truth. I mean, I kind of really like this idea of like seeing if the insurance company will hire me. Be like,
Yeah,
yeah, I can fix this for you. Like, let me come in as a dev and you
totally.
know, work for you for 6 months and see what we can learn. Like that
Yeah.
could be really cool. And then that would be an epic case. I mean, and it could be work for
Yes.
you, right? You can you can show it to like you can package it as a consulting, right? Whether you're
Mhm.
W2 or
Mhm.
not, you could say I consulted for XYZ company and
Mhm.
this is what we learned. Um so there could be like some cool opportunity there.
Yeah, and if it's a big enterprise and you're getting into the system as an employee, you go through the onboarding and stuff, and then you have access to the systems that you need instead of like, "Oh, I
Right.
now need access to your GitHub.
This and
Now I need
this
access to
and this.
Sentry. Now I need access to whatever." And otherwise you're just like one employee on a team and, SSO
Well,
everywhere.
and like talking to the insurance guy, I mean, there's so much like unspoken nuance to
Mm,
his job. Like he just
yes.
knows things. Like what I forget what that phrase is, but there's like a phrase that basically means you just know things. Institutionalized knowledge that is not written down anywhere. Right? Like he
Mhm.
knows to do with a report this way, and he knows this report can be autofilled, but this one needs to be escalated. Um, which I guess what my point is, if I tried to like build them a system talking to him once a week or every other
Yeah,
week, like that's probably not going to work because it is so nuanced. But
right.
if I were embedded in there, built them a system, learned a ton about how outside of tech businesses work, could be valuable.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I like that a lot.
Um, okay, well, I'll report back. Mm,
Report back, please.
I'll
Yeah, we
let you
both
know.
have you got two exciting things to talk about next week, it sounds like.
Yeah, totally. Oh,
Cool.
one more thing. I
Mhm.
posted on LinkedIn. Okay, so every single day last week, every
Mhm.
single day.
7 or
Oh,
5?
oh, 7.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
And?
And it was great. My impressions are 400%.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I like social, like it's hard and it's annoying.
Mhm.
And LinkedIn's
Mhm.
the worst because unlike X, oh, okay, I noticed, Joe, that the younger people in my sales group never accidentally call it Twitter. So
It's
we can
X.
no longer accidentally say Twitter. You have to say
Oh,
X,
no.
or it gives
We
you
can't we
away.
can't dead name our
They never make that
social app
mistake
anymore?
ever.
Oh my god.
I don't know how old they are.
X?
You have to
Capital
call it
X?
X. I don't
If
know.
they're
They
gonna
just
call it
say X when
X.com?
we're on a call, right? And I'm like, oh, Twitter X, and they don't do that. They just say
They just call it
X.
X. Alright, good to know.
Um.
Good to
Anyway,
know.
I love my sales group. It's super great. It's fun. But where was I going with this? Oh, so if you post something on X and
Mhm.
then you get like immediate feedback to whether it performed or not. Like if people are
Sure.
not
Yeah.
commenting on it in 30 minutes, it's
Yeah, it's
dead.
dead.
It's
Yeah.
dead. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, that one died. Like where LinkedIn is weird because you will post something on LinkedIn and people will comment on it like a week later.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like so I guess it's kind of this really slow feedback. It's not like X where you're like immediate feedback, like that one hit, that one didn't, that's dead. That one worked. Whereas LinkedIn, it's like the weirdest feedback cycle because I don't know how their algorithm works, but like it's hard to know if something is gonna hit or not for like 2 weeks. Because I think they
Yeah.
cycle their content for 2 weeks. So
Yeah. I think
anyway.
that's the short of it, is like their refresh, whatever, is like they show it on people's feeds for 2 weeks. Because I think that they assume that people log into LinkedIn way less frequently than people log into
Yeah,
X. And X
I
is
think
just
you're right.
about like latest, like last to the minute or
What's
whatever.
happening right now,
Yeah.
right now, right now.
It
So
doesn't
anyway,
matter
that
as
was
much on
just
LinkedIn.
my goal. So I have forever been, slowly kind of meandering about the socials, but I am committing. I want to do 30 days of like as much LinkedIn as I can, just to see,
Uh-huh.
because
Uh-huh.
I I'm not getting cold inbound from LinkedIn,
Uh-huh.
but it feels like it is giving me like these 3 people I had calls with last week. They clearly all looked at my LinkedIn before they got on a call with me.
Mm,
Right? So I feel
interesting.
like there's a social proof when people
Yeah.
go to your LinkedIn and they see that you have like a real LinkedIn and you post a lot and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So um I know the long term like LinkedIn algorithm game is like comment. There's all these stuff you can do, right? You're supposed to be commenting on other people's
Yeah.
stuff, blah blah. Blah. I'm not doing any of that because I just don't have the bandwidth for it right now. Right now I'm just
Mm-hmm.
trying to post consistently.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do that for a month and
When do
then
you start?
last week. I'm a week
Oh,
in. Yeah,
you don't
I'm
tell me we
counting.
couldn't do it together?
Oh, you wanna post on LinkedIn every day? I'm
Yeah.
in,
I want to
man.
post on LinkedIn every day. I can't start now though. You're already a weekend.
Yeah, you can start anytime, Joe, anytime you want.
All right, I'll start
Uh,
today.
Start today.
Um, okay, so this is I love this because I have also noticed that I will see. I think we talked about this last week. I'll get like 100 likes on something on
Mhm.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Like once every week, I'll have a post that has 100 plus likes at this point, and it's usually talking about like Ruby Native or something. And
Yeah.
those, sorry, on X, those
There you go.
posts on X are doing 100 plus likes and like 5,000 impressions.
Yeek.
Or I'm looking right now,
Okay.
I have 99 likes on my last post.
That's a lot. Where are you?
6,200 impressions.
Okay.
My pinned post has 136 likes, 16,000 impressions. Like,
Impressions.
it just feels like the impressions on X do not scale at all anymore in a way that is
Yeah.
like meaningful.
Yeah.
And I have been pushing my Substack for a long time, and that has 100% plateaued in terms of newsletter subscribers, which sucks because that's where I want to be pushing content.
Yeah.
And X has stagnated for me. My followers are going up, but like my engagement is not where I want it to be. So I think that where my business strategy is right now, LinkedIn makes a lot of sense for me too. So I'm in.
Okay,
Monday,
cool.
April 3rd. I'm a LinkedIn
Dudes.
boy.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, LinkedIn. Let's hear it. We're gonna
All
see.
right, let's
Yeah,
do
I
it.
have a friend on X and she has like 40,000 followers and
Uh-huh.
she's like, I'm not like, it's like, she's like, it's dead. She's like, I used to be able, she sells courses, she writes books. She's like, I used to always have a like just be able to sell
Yep.
stuff through,
Yep.
what was Twitter. It's now
Mm-hmm.
X.
Yeah.
She's like, I always used to be able to use it to sell stuff. And now it's just totally dead. So I don't know what's going on over there. It seems like some creators are doing really well on that platform still. Um, but it definitely has changed.
Yeah. I thought Substack was going to be the platform that I went to, and Substack has quickly turned into X, but just a smaller audience, and that's not what I
Okay.
want.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think giving LinkedIn a try is the next logical step. So
Okay.
check back in
Cool.
next week for
Check in
some
next
LinkedIn
week.
updates. Hooray.
LinkedIn. Woohoo.
So excited.
Um,
Anything fun for the week before we count off?
yes, I am chaperoning my daughter's field trip to the Wild West town tomorrow, and we have
Whoa.
matching cowboy outfits.
Oh, yes.
I know, isn't that amazing?
Yes. That's awesome. I can't
I
wait
know.
to see hopefully a picture of that on
I'm
YouTube for
I'm
the
very
for the
excited.
show next week, because that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, have fun.
You? Well, thank you.
I'm solo parenting this week, so just trying to keep my
Oh,
eyes open.
yeah. All
Yeah.
right. Good luck.
Wish me luck. All right.
Bye,
See you
Joe.
next week.